so good. A firm handshake. That's great, Jackie. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you? How's your year?
You know, it's going well. How things getting crazy here, getting close to the holidays?
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Less gym time because they're practicing for the concerts for the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right. I get more prep. So
Okay.
Thank you for meeting with me today.
Oh, sure. Good. Well, thank you for meeting with me, and most of all, thank you for volunteering. You know, you don't get paid for volunteering, and you got a lot on your plate with your day job as it is. So I really appreciate all that you've done in support of the American Heart Association for many years now, and I especially appreciate this upcoming year. And you know, really, this meeting is about you. You know, I'm here to support you and to help you have a great experience as a volunteer for the Heart Association. So, you know, I really want to actually ask some questions, and some
Sure.
of them are kind of personal even. So let me know if they are a little uncomfortable with you. But you know, I really want to talk about what's important to you and make sure that we involve that in this year's event to make it the best possible event we can. So, I mean, tell me about way back. I always love to think about starting points. Think about, you know, when you first started getting into teaching. I mean, what were some things that you were thinking? What kind of was your calling to teaching, or how did you make the decision to get involved in teaching?
Well, both my parents are teachers,
Oh, okay.
so I followed along that path. I guess I've just been around education my whole life. Kids are my passion, so I really wanted just to be there to be a good example for them. I think nowadays there's so many maybe bad examples in students' lives, so I wanted to be a good example for them.
Oh, that's great. Good. And what you think about example? I mean, what do you think some of the things that kids really need today that we aren't getting?
Well, I think that, you know, people should show respect to kids, and kids should show respect to each other, so that's a big thing. Being in the physical education world, I obviously believe that students should be exercising and eating more healthy, or making more healthy choices than they are. So those decisions that they make today will really affect them in the long run. So those are really the two big things that I feel are important as an educator.
Oh, those are great examples. I mean, those are so true too. So we've seen. I mean, take for instance just one of the things that we work on with your help with the American Heart Association is smoking cessation, and we know the longer we can get kids to go without trying it, like you said, these earlier years are so critical. If we can just get them on past high school without trying smoking and getting involved with smoking, the likelihood that they're going to avoid that as a lifetime habit that will deter their health is huge. So, I mean, what you said is really at the mark. I appreciate that. Tell me about what first got you involved with the American Heart Association. How did you first connect with us?
Well, about 10 years ago, somebody had just approached me to participate in a Jump Rope for Heart event, and of course I think the American Heart Association is a good cause, so I wanted to participate.
Oh, that's great. Well, again, thank you so much. I wouldn't want to miss an opportunity to say thank you. That's a lot of years of loyal service, and again, without pay as a volunteer, you're spending your extra time doing that. I really appreciate that. So, what's been most rewarding for you when you look back on all the Jump Rope for Hearts that you've done?
Seeing the students have fun at the event has been rewarding, and it makes me continue to want to participate. So, if it wouldn't be fun for them, I would maybe think twice about it, but they still enjoy it, so I'll still participate and volunteer.
Good. You know, I'm glad you said that, because when we do surveys each year, and the number one reason comes back is exactly that, is that it's fun. It's a fun event. And, you know, if we can accomplish, if nothing else, if we can accomplish that exercise is fun, we've made huge strides towards what we want to accomplish. So I really appreciate saying that as well. You know, if you think about, sometimes you might get asked to talk about the American Heart Association by, like, the parents at the school or some of your colleagues, the other teachers. What would you say if you got asked by the other teachers, you know, why are you so involved with the American Heart Association? There's lots of other causes out there. I mean, what resonates with you and your involvement with the Heart Association?
Well, like you said, it is a good cause, and there are other good causes out there, but this one ties in directly, I feel like, with providing students the tools for leading a healthier life. And so there's a direct correlation between what I try to teach in my classes and the American Heart Association and Jump Rope for Heart.
Oh, great. Okay. So you feel like with doing, especially Jump Rope for Heart, it sort of reinforces what you're already trying to accomplish.
Exactly.
Oh, great. Good. Well, as we look forward to this year's event, what are some things that you've kind of had as central things that you have accomplished in the past, and then maybe we can take a look at things that we might want to add in for this year?
Well, last year I did all jump rope activities, and so for the kindergarten students, they were able to do those. I didn't have any just hopping stations last year.
Oh, okay.
So I wanna continue the skills with the students. So that was something great. And I loved the DVD too, so I plan to use that again this year.
Oh, good. That is such a nice way, concisely, to explain what Jump Rope for Heart is about, and about the difference that the kids get to make, should they choose to bring in donations. So, any other ways that you've promoted the event in the past that have been helpful?
Well, I've put up the posters and
Mm-hmm.
obviously sent home the envelopes and the letters. Newsletter article I think I did last year. The last few years I've done a newsletter article. So
Oh, okay.
I've tried to let the parents know about the event.
Oh, good. Okay, that was one of the things I was going to ask you about. Do you get much, or do you ask for parent involvement?
No, we just do it right during the normal class time.
Okay.
So I do try to make it a little different. The students are able to do what they want to do. It's more of a free time for them. So that's I think why they enjoy it.
Sure.
But I don't ask for any parents to come in just during class. So.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't want to suggest changing it if you like it the way it is. Would you be open to having parents come in?
I guess on maybe like a last day, like Thursday or Friday. Some of my students Thursday's their last day of Jump Rope for Heart Summit's Friday. So I guess I wouldn't be opposed to parents coming in towards the end of the week if they wanted.
Okay. It takes a little bit extra communication up front, but what I found with a lot of those schools that we're working with is it's a great way to showcase what you're doing in physical education.
Sure.
I mean, because as you know, and I'm sure you get frustrated from time to time, is that, the parents probably didn't have the same kind of physical education experience that you're providing the kids. And so by them being involved in Jump Rope for Heart and coming into the gym and getting a chance to meet you and see the kids in action, sometimes that really highlights that. A good way to say
And the kids might like that too. So
Good.
that's a good idea. We
Good.
can try that this year.
Okay, great, good. Any other things that you have tried? Have you tried any incentives on getting the students to be more engaged? I mean, of course, one of the things that is important is the donations that we do raise from this, without which we wouldn't be able to accomplish the mission of the American Heart Association. But I mean, one of the things that I always notice too is I see that as just a sign of engagement. How many of the students bring in a donation kind of gives you an indication of how engaged they are in the event. Any other things you've done to kind of help
Well,
them?
a couple years ago we did do. Our principal agreed to get a pie in his face.
Oh, yeah?
For students who raised a certain amount of money, but then of course we received pushback from parents saying they didn't think that was appropriate. So I would be open. I'd be open to other suggestions, but unfortunately the pie in the face is out. So.
Sure, I understand. Sometimes, again, people feel differently about that.
Sure.
It's fun and all that, but sometimes it's a matter of is it communicating the proper respect, and so you want to be sensitive to that stuff. Maybe we could think of an incentive that would be, would not have that kind of an element of maybe disrespect that a pie in the face would have, but it'd still be fun. The kids would
Sure.
really get excited about that.
The kids would love it. I haven't thought of something yet that might work. So.
Okay, good. Well, as I follow up, maybe I'll have some more suggestions, and maybe we can see if we can get the principal to come to the next. In a couple more weeks, we'll have kind of a follow-up meeting with this. It'll be shorter than this, but it'll just kind of tie in some. Maybe if we can get
Mr. Smith?
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
yeah, Mr. Tom Smith. I see here. If we could get him to come to the next meeting, that would be great.
Sure.
It's always great to have the kids get excited when the principal's excited. It's just as simple as that. So.
Of course.
Great. Okay. How about any experience with the students are getting more and more tech savvy? What's been your experience so far with online donations?
It's starting to grow. Sometimes I feel like the students know more than I do about it. And it's funny during the DVD when they go through the